Hello, we're sitting here with Sarah-Quita, 27 world titles, 2 in 1 week. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty tired after this long week, but it's like a cherry on top to win 2 world titles in 1 week. It was amazing.
It feels like this has been the hardest you've been pushed, both in Slalom X and now in freestyle. Yeah. How do you feel about the level of women's windsurfing?
Yeah, I think it's been a really cool week competing on the water. Like, apart from the conditions being very difficult, I think all the competitors were showing a really high level on the water. And I think this, in the end, is what I live for, you know? Like, I'm competing to improve myself in windsurfing, and I feel like we've been able to do that this week, both in slalom and freestyling, pushing each other to do better.
And Micah's performance, she pushed you right to the edge. Yeah. Talk me through that.
You know, I've seen Micah sailing from the day that she got here in Fuerteventura. Like, I've known Micah for a long time, but I feel like this year, once I saw her sailing, I saw something different. Like, very focused and very consistent on the water before the heats even started, you know. So that already sparked something in me. I was like, whoa, she means business this year, you know. And all of her heats, I think she's sailed incredible, super consistent, and this is something very difficult to do in competition. So that also made me want to do better. And in the end, she forced me into a super final, so she beat me by 5 points. And I think I managed to not be too nervous afterwards. I think I appreciated maybe the moment to have this kind of challenge from her. And so it was a really cool feeling to be pushed that far, and that both of us were able to put down really good heats.
It was definitely amazing to watch. So in the last 3 weeks, you've done a wave contest, you've done a slalom X contest, you've done freestyle contest. How do you recharge between these events?
I think that's what I struggled the most with these last 3 weeks. In the past years, we had more time between the events, like 3 weeks between Pozo and Fuerteventura. This year, we only had 4 or 5 days. So my main struggle was to have enough energy for competing every day and to be like mentally prepared for it. So I can't tell you how I did it. I just tried to take it day by day. And every evening that I was in bed, I was just happy to, you know, I was going to bed at 10, making sure I got enough sleep. And then in the morning when I was ready to compete, I just focused on what I had to do at the time instead of looking too far in the future.
Yeah, you had some caddies with you now and then, but actually in the freestyle, nobody.
Yeah, my friend came down from Holland to bring me extra gear, but it was really good that he was there also for the slalom part, because we were carrying the gear up and down the hill, and he helped me change sails during heats as well. So that for the slalom, I think that was very important. For the freestyle, the gear is much lighter, so it's easy to have it there at the edge of the water. But I think the freestyle community is very very friendly and very helpful. So in the end, I didn't have a caddy, but like everyone helps each other out. So,
do you have a favorite discipline of the 3?
I think by far, like, my favorite discipline will always be freestyling. I think for me, windsurfing is freestyling. That's what I do all the time. But in general, what I love about windsurfing is all the different aspects of it. As much as I love freestyling, at some point I would get a little bit bored and I want to wave sail, or then I want to do slalom. So it's about the variety.
Take us quickly back to you forced to a super final. You're sailing against Micah. You sailed a good heat, but then you finish the heat. The red flag goes up, and you have that moment where you're sailing back to the beach, not knowing whether you won or lost, and it was a world title on the line. Yeah. What was going through your head in those minutes, 2 minutes going to the beach again?
Yeah, I think for freestyling in general, I get quite nervous to compete. I think I just want to perform well and do well. And this whole week I was thinking, you know, this could be the year that Micah actually gets it. And she already beat me in 1 heat. So for the next heat, I was already preparing myself. I focused on sailing a good heat, but if I wouldn't win, I was telling myself, like, you know, you did really well and Micah sailed amazing, so whatever happens, it's okay. And then sailing back to the beach, I was looking for signs and I didn't see anything. And I also see Micah coming in and no one moved. So I start going through the heat thinking, like, do I have it or not? And then at some point at the beach, I was like, I think Micah's got it, because I just didn't see anything. And then all of a sudden, there was so much suspense. All of a sudden, I hear my name, and it's like a release of emotions, pressure, tension, everything. I didn't realize that maybe I had so much tension. I would have been okay with it if Micah would have won it, because she really deserves it. But it felt amazing when I heard that I did win it. So, yeah.
Do you remember what you said to me on the beach when you came up?
That I would retire, right? I'm done. You know, I think I've said it maybe once or twice already, but it's I feel a lot of pressure with the freestyling. It's almost like I can't deal with it anymore, you know. But I love doing it, and in the end, it's a good result. And to just push the level is already worth it. So you might just see me back again next year.
And next week in Tenerife?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Tenerife after this event. We have a bit longer time between the events, and wave sailing I feel like is the most relaxing way of competing because you have a lot of time and. Very different to freestyle. So yeah, I'm recharging now and looking forward to that.
Thank you, Sarah. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Yentel Caers, it's your second win here in Fuerte. Does winning in Fuerte mean more than other places?
Definitely. Fuerte is the place we all want to come to win. It's the place we grew up watching for so many years. You know, all the nice freestyle pictures from during events comes from here, from Fuerteventura. So coming here and winning it for the second time is amazing. I'm super stoked.
Yeah, so in the single, you made it all the way to the final. You met Steven van Broeckhoven, an all-Belgium final. Can you tell us a little bit how that heat was and also the connection you have with Steven?
I mean, Steven and me, we go way back since small kids. I grew up seeing him, like when he started competing, he took me along for a long time. And then having a final here once again together is super amazing. We had not the best wind in the final, what happens often in finals, but you know, just sailing against each other. We have been training always together and then competing. You know, it's just so much joy in the water, even during the heat, that it just brings the level much higher. And we are both stoked no matter what the outcome is.
Yeah, just a little bit on that, because people sometimes don't necessarily know, but both you and Steven actually live in a part of Belgium that's quite far away from the coastline. How far away is it, and how does it influence you when you get to the coastline to sail?
I mean, we both live like 20 minutes from each other, let's say, and it's like a 2-hour drive to Brouwersdam. That's the spot where we grew up training and windsurfing, learning windsurfing. Same with Dieter, actually. He lives a bit closer than us. But, you know, it helps you with the motivation, because after a 2-hour drive, you're going to go on the water anyway, not even if the wind is a bit more shitty, let's say. We would go out and train and have fun on the water, while the guys who may be living at the spot are a bit more relaxed in that. And I think over the year that gives us quite a bit of advantage.
Fast forward to the double elimination, you see Jacopo beat Leonard and then storm his way to the final to you. You started off great yourself, but I can't, you really, when you came out of the water, your face was like, I didn't do enough. Did you really think you lost that heat?
It's just really hard to say with Jacopo. I saw him crashing as well. The conditions got a bit hard. Like on the inside, it turned offshore, what was really hard to predict, to have a good duck, keep a good speed. So on my starboard tack, what is normally my higher scoring tack, I didn't do that well, but I had a good port tack. And I didn't know what Jacopo did. I know I would have a decent score, but maybe not for a final. But then afterwards, seeing that I win with quite a bit of advantage, it shows how hard the conditions were, and super cool to sail finally a final here against Jacopo. I've done many finals with him in EFPT or European Tour, but never on World Tour level, so it's super cool, yeah.
You're leading the world rankings now going into Sylt. It's basically going to be you versus Jaco. How are you feeling to be leading ahead of your potentially third world title?
Well, that didn't really sink in yet, you know, like I didn't think about the world title yet. My whole focus was on this event. It's the most important one for me personally. And now we have a bit of time to reset and start training for completely different conditions. It's a different style of freestyle in Sylt. It's harder to predict what to get, but I will be ready for it and just enjoying it.
Where do you train for somewhere like Sylt where it is so unpredictable?
I mean, I think you can pretty much train everywhere, trying just to get as much variety in as possible, because we don't know what kind of conditions you get there. So training a bit all kind of conditions, and just training on the North Sea, getting that feel of that moving water, the cold and everything.
Congratulations, Yentel, and we'll see you in Sylt.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Micah Huvermann, Vice World Champion. Lisa Kloster, third in the world. Micah, let's start with you. You really upped your level this year. You're pushing harder than ever. What's been the change of mindset coming into Fuerte?
Honestly, I think it was all there before. It just sort of the way it lined up. Because actually, I didn't sail so much this winter, but the wind at home just was really good in May and June. So I had a really good preparation, and then I've been in the gym a lot as well, which has kept me fit and like strong. And then I think mentally, I was like feeling really strong, and I really wanted to go for it this year. So it sort of all came together, and I was pretty hungry for it too.
So, talk me a little bit through the roller coaster of emotions you had, because you beat Sarah in the first final of the double elimination. You got super close in the single, then you finally beat her in the double, and then you have to prepare for the super final. On the stories, you were like, I'm so happy, I just want to cry. How do you reset then to sail another good final?
I think I was super happy, obviously, but I knew what my goal was. So I was happy, but in a way I was also like ready to do it one more time. I think, like looking back at the stories, I was like, oh, I did look like a bit emotional, but I think I didn't feel that way almost in my head. I think I was already ready for the next one. Yeah, I don't know.
You had like almost a day's break between the first final and the second final, and then you only had 5 minutes to reset. What do you do in that 5 minutes?
Honestly, I think what works best for me is just not to think about stuff too much. Like I was happy, and I just wanted to carry that into the next heat. I actually think I sat down, I talked with Lisa and Elena for a bit and tried to switch off. I think she even said like, sure, you don't need to go. It's like 1 minute to your next heat. And I think I really wanted to take that minute to just settle down. And then I went out and I was ready to do it again. Yeah, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Now the contest is done. We're 2 days later.
Yeah.
How do you reflect back on the whole event?
I have quite mixed feelings, to be honest. It's like I'm happy that I won, and I also like want to allow myself to feel happy, but it's definitely not what I came for. So yeah, I'm going a bit up and down in how I'm feeling. But
You feel like it's a missed chance?
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm motivated for next year for sure. But I feel like maybe I could have done it already this year. So that doesn't feel like so nice.
Makes you hungry.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Away from the competition, you girls are all super close friends. You've all been hanging out here in the hotel. You're together on the beach. What's the vibe like with the freestyle girls?
Oh, super good. I think, like you said, we are really good friends, and when we're on the water and we're sailing against each other, we want to win. But then even like when I see Lisa do a good move or you see me do a good move, like we'll still cheer for each other in the heat. Like it's super good, and it's nice to have that. It feels safe. It's like I'm super stoked to come here. You know, it feels like a holiday, even though I'm doing a competition. Yeah.
And for you, Lisa, first time ever on the world podium. Has it sunk in yet?
I'm not sure about that. I'm just still kind of processing, I guess, but I'm super happy that it worked out this year. I could feel better, I guess.
The smile is still on the face. So you came here actually already 2.5 months ago, so you've been training a lot. I know you like the strong winds. You know, how was it to compete here and do good heats, you know?
Yeah, I guess I don't know if it helped me a lot too, because I was sailing more in the downwind and not in the competition area, because I know it's super hard here. But the week before we only trained here, and I have a feeling that it was a bit easier than the other year for me, especially because I go out switch, which not a lot of people do, but Micah too. But yeah, I guess I love the strong wind. It was strong, like perfect for all was my favorite sail. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that it worked out.
In the 2 months leading up to the event, you were living in your van. Now you're staying in this beautiful hotel. How's the transition been, and are you looking forward to going back to the van?
It's very I actually, like 10 minutes ago when I sat down there, I said to Yentel, I think, I actually don't really want to leave now again. Because, it's from living on the sand to fresh showers. It's very nice. It felt so relaxing also that we managed to do the competition in the first 2 days. The other 3 days are really like settling down, just really enjoying, no more pressure, and yeah, I'm loving it.
This was your first step on the podium. What do you think you need to step up in your freestyle level to go further, to challenge Micah, to challenge Sarah for a potential world title?
I'm really working on some power moves. Just in the training before, I landed my first kulos, so I was trying one in the competition, I thought. But yeah, I really want to make this one more consistent and then go for the burner. And then I think that would help me to have a level up. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this also the next weeks in Greece. So yeah.
Going to Greece after this. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And again, really good sailing from both, some amazing heats. One more thing before we close this one off. There's a few new names on this contest. Who really jumped out, and what would you say to other girls who want to get into freestyle?
Okay, for me, Ziva, she trained also with me the weeks before, so we already had a good vibe in May and June, and I said already, I saw her sailing and was like, oh, she's gonna push now. So it was really nice to see that she could also transition from the flat lagoon in Risco to also do it here. That was really impressive, like this performance for the first ever World Cup event. I was like, yeah, really happy for her too. And do you want to talk about the other?
Yeah, sure. I think for people wanting to get into freestyle, reach out to us. Like you said, we are a very close group of friends, and we're always happy for people to come join. We're thinking about maybe doing a trip together with some girls. So if people want to join and feel like it's a big step to go alone, feel free to send us a message, and we'll make it work. Go on a nice adventure.
Yeah.
Girls trip.
Yes.
Girls trip. I want to come. Well done, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're joined here by Jacopo Testa and Steven van Broeckhoven, finishing second and third. Both on the same gear combo now. Jacopo, you changed to gun sails, but you were on V1 already. And then Steven, you joined V1. How's the combo working? Pretty good, right?
Yes, sure. It's working really good, and we are teammates. So yeah, we did an amazing result.
Yeah. Were you on the same gear or exactly?
I think yes, especially in the finals. I was on the 93 and on 44.
I was on the 4.8 and Joachim.
Okay.
Yeah, I made the wrong decision. As the wind just was dropping before our heat, I think I made the right choice of sail size, but then suddenly the wind really picked up and I saw the smile in his face. But anyway, I did some damage control and yeah, it was tough on the 4.8. But yeah, we're using the same gear. And we're also using the same mast from Recharge. So we have 3 sponsorships.
Sharing,
yeah. It's awesome to be on the podium together.
Yeah, how is it to have both of you in the podium from the same team?
For me, it was. I was really hoping to have Jacopo coming back. I was cheering for him because it's something when you're really on the same gear, you're really teammates. So we also did a trip together to Austria with the V1 team, and you have a little bit more connection. So you support each other. So it was really nice to have Jacopo in my heat. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Steven, let's start with you. In the single, you took down Sam, you took down Galito, and then you took down Takumi. You were on the charge. What was going through your mind in those tough heats?
Yeah, I couldn't really believe it. When I was against Sam, I really knew I had to step up the game, and even the conditions were really, really tough. I mean, it was for everyone, so I just did what I could, and step by step, and even I won with not so many point difference. I continued to the next heats. So yeah, suddenly I was in the final, so it went really quick. I couldn't believe.
Yeah, so I think one thing I've noticed, you've been on tour since 2009, so very long. You've won here in 2011, then you won again in 2019. You've sailed a lot of finals here, but I feel like we've seen a reborn Steven since 2018, 2019. The years before you were sailing really good in free sailing, but then in the competition something always went wrong. What changed that you got a lot more relaxed, I would say, during contests?
You cannot compare with that times. I was a full professional, I would say. So you're training the whole year. You build up also some pressure, even there is no pressure, but it's also some very important thing is I think mentally it's more than 50%. So you can train the whole year long, but if you have too much pressure or you cannot handle it, I was pretty good in handling it, but But yeah, it's a game. You never know. I could be also this event. I could be easy 9 as well. So the differences are so small. It all happens in 8 or 7 minutes. So I can't really say it's. I really secure my 3rd place. I could be any place. Also, the other years I could also maybe win another time. It just comes down to that moment, and sometimes the differences are so small. So yeah.
Jacopo, you also had some super close heats, especially in the single. You took down Bosson, probably the closest heat of the single elimination. Yes. Then you lost to Yentel in what could have easily been a final. Were you a bit disappointed with your 4th place?
No, because I think I sailed a really good heat with Yentel, and I looked at the points. It was kind of close. I started really good, and then suddenly the wind, I think, dropped a bit, and my moves, counting moves, were done in the half of the heat or a little bit more. So yeah, I did my best. And maybe a slightly bigger sail was a better choice.
So then in the double, you faced a very strong Leonard, fighting through the heats, posting high heat score after high heat score. I remember I came out of my heat against Leonard, and I was like, well, good luck, Jacopo, because someone is burned to fight back. How did you prepare for that heat? And then, how did it feel to win that one?
I prepared like always. I went a little earlier on the water to test the sail and choose the best gear. And then I went into like all the other heats, focused on my plan, and it worked.
Worked out great. I mean, after that, I guess that was a big one. You got to sail against Takumi again.
Takumi, yes. It was with a bit of pressure because Leonard is winning all the events lately. Takumi also, you said in the live, we battle a lot and we do one for me, one for him, or the opposite. So also this one was a tough one. And then as well with Steven. Yeah, it was a good one.
Good heats, very good heats, very consistent. Maybe something I want to point out is we see a lot of same moves from a lot of guys, yet you're mixing it up with a lot of your own style moves, like a shove it double spock, triple spocks. Where did the inspiration come to kind of go that way? You decided that a few years ago already. Is that your more freestyle mind, or you just want to do something different than the rest?
I try to do the moves that I can do the best. Like I work offshore on also moves that I cannot do that good during training. But then on the competition, I stick to what I really can do with a good flow and 100%. And
finally, you boys alongside Yentel are pretty much the 3 in contention for the world title this year. For you, Jacopo, what have you learned from 2022 that you'll take into this fight in Sylt?
It's a hard question. I think nothing changed that much. Like my approach. I will, give it all the time and stick to how I sail right now.
Awesome. Well done to both of you, and we'll see you in Sylt.
Thank you very much.
We're here with the 3 riders that have made the biggest breakthrough here in Fuerteventura. It's some new faces. We might not be familiar with you. So first of all, guys, can you introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Ziva Batis. I'm 20 years old and I come from Slovenia. And I've spent some time here for the past 5 months. I was practicing, but originally I practice a lot in Slovenia. I practice in Italy, near Trieste. Started windsurfing when I was 10, and then my father got me into freestyling, and of course I liked it straight away, and that was it. Then I was addicted to it.
Nice one.
I'm Bodhi Kempen. I'm 21 years old, and freestyle windsurfing for about 10 years, I would say, at the Brouwers Dam in the Netherlands, and yeah, just got into it watching these guys when I grew up, and yeah, got into it like that, and yeah. Like
Now on the tour.
Now on the tour, making big moves.
I'm Takumi Moriya from Japan. I'm 18 years old now. I started windsurf 6 years old, and freestyle I started 10 years old. So now 8 years old freestyle. And every summer I came to Canalia and stay with Zita and practice a lot, improve a lot. And this event I got the first place.
So Ziva, you came in here as a new seed. So what that means is that you straight away go against the top seed, which was Sarah-Quita.
Yeah.
How was that in the single elimination?
It was actually my dream to sail against Sarah, and it was such an honor. Also, nobody expected anything from me, so it was not so much pressure. I think it was the perfect first heat, also with lots of people on the beach, and it was such a big thing for me that I think sailing against her was super nice for the first time, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice present. Obviously,
Yeah.
you looked the whole single elimination. You saw all the other competitors. In the double, you get your chance to fight back.
True.
Where did you see yourself ending up before the double, and how did you take it into the double elimination?
I knew that I can improve a lot. I know the other girls, I know their moves. So I knew that maybe I have a chance to come back into the game. But I knew that I had to win lots of heats to get back into it. But yeah.
In the end, fourth place, happy?
Oh, it's it's unbelievable.
You said to me on the beach when we finished, it's a dream come true. Are you still feeling that way?
I think I still have to process this information. And every time my friends say, yeah, you're fourth in the world. No, what? What? It's really insane.
Especially on your debut. What do you need to do now to make that podium?
I think I have to practice power moves a lot more. Now I think with the sliding moves, I got quite consistent, but to get the points, I have to land the power moves for sure. Yeah.
So what an awesome debut.
Very well done. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more from you in the future.
Thank you so much.
Just the first year. So, straight to Bodhi. Breakthrough event, I would say. You've been getting some good results recently on the FPT, now on the PWA. I think one of the biggest names you took down was Goito Estredo, one of the highest scoring heats of the event with 36.7, if I remember well. Talk us through that heat and the mindset going into that heat.
Yeah, for me that heat was like, I was kind of in the flow already. I won some heats already, but then it was like, okay, I need to step up. I have to go big or I can forget it. Like, I have to go big or yeah, I'm done. So I went for the moves that I know I could do, but normally I didn't really manage to land in competition, and in training I can do them consistently, but to land them in competition it's different. But I managed to do some moves, felt good on the water, and yeah, managed.
I think looking at that heat, I was sitting on the beach because I was the heat after. You started off with a perfect double culo.
Yeah.
You got your trademark Pascos, I would say by now, Pasco 360, the only one we've seen in the contest. You really dominated that heat. What were you thinking halfway through?
I was actually thinking what I had to do, what moves I already did, and it's like, you know, what can I do? Because yeah, I had all the moves and I wanted to do something more, but yeah, and I was just super happy that the heat went this way, and yeah, I was super stoked.
Yeah, and then the boys were there, waiting up you at the beach, carrying up the beach almost.
Yeah, they were screaming when I came from the water, and that's such a good feeling. I couldn't believe it actually when I won. So it was like, did I win? And then yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
Moving on now to Sylt, you've got contention to get into the top 5 for the first time. Do you feel a little bit of pressure, or are you relaxed about it?
I'm pretty relaxed, but you still want to perform well. But yeah, this is my first like really good result in the PWA, so I'm super happy with the way I sailed, and I hope I can do that in Sylt as well.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, Takumi, first time making it to the top 4. You have been one of my favorites to be making it to a world title in the upcoming years. You've been tipped a lot by a lot of people. How did it feel to put it in practice on the World Tour now, especially with the Japanese crew behind?
Yeah, it's me. I just unbelievable, but I think I can airport because in practice I felt really nice because I did a lot of good move in practice, so I just believe me.
You were believing in yourself a lot during the contest. For me, a key one was the heat against Jacopo. You've sailed a few times against Jacopo.
Yeah,
You've beat him a few times, caused a few upsets against him. Take us through that heat, because you didn't start off that great, but then came back in the second half.
Jacopo heat. Before Jacopo heat, I got not good hits against Steven, so I had a bit worry about Jacopo heat. But I changed my mind to go Jacopo, and before 2 minutes half, that heat also not good for me. So I need big move, and then I did bunker 360, and I got a switch. I got a
air cab, you know? What is that one?
I don't remember that. I got a lot of move.
Yeah, I think you had the bonka. I think you then did a shifty. Last year you did your first shifty in the heat. This one you made a really good shifty as well. And then I think you ended off with a double culo, and then.
But it's not counted.
Yeah, because it was wet or after the heat. But still, you came back. You always kept fighting. You just told me before the first 2.5 minutes wasn't going great, but you still could change your mindset to put a good heat together. Yeah, I think that makes a winner's ability. And now you tasted the podium. You dropped to 4th in the end. What's your goals going to Sylt?
Yeah, I think Sylt is more chance for me to go podium, so I will keep pushing to practice, and I will do my best.
You have to bring home a trophy.
Finally, what's it like to have Dieter as a coach?
Yeah, I will still have to learn a lot from Dieter, so.
I mean, for those who don't know, Takumi has been coming every summer to the Canaries since 2022. Originally to compete here. We didn't have contest that year, sadly enough, but he's been always welcomed in our house, and he's been stepping up a lot, so it's a victory for me to see him step here as well. And I think to close this off, I think these are 3 faces we're definitely going to see a lot in the future. These are the future of freestyle, and congratulations on all for the amazing results and the amazing heats you put down. It was a pleasure to watch.
Thank you so much.
Well done, guys.